Welcome back to yet the second video with audio commentary. This episode we are looking at a couple of races combined in one video. The first is another Group 4 race at Spa-Francorchamps just as last time. This time with a solid second place at the grid. With 0.7 of a second quicker in qualifying, I figured this could be a difficult one to win. However, since I also have the same gap to the British driver behind me, I might have to ride less defensive and can focus on looking forward instead of in the mirror. Actually screen in this car since it does not have a rear view mirror. As I mentioned last time, starting from third place can be a bit difficult because you are released in the middle of the chicane. The second place gives me a small advantage on the pack behind me and making me less of a target for chaos in the first corner. Getting out of La Source with a good corner speed is crucial for Eau Rouge. With 2.5 seconds on the number 3 after the first sector, the race starts as I hoped for. Full focus on the Portuguese rider in front. Now to try to get close enough to him and lure him in making a mistake. This was proven to be quite difficult. The gap was constantly between 0.8 and 1.4 seconds in the first lap. Fast forwarding to the third sector of lap 2. Driving a purple time in the first 2 sectors gives me some hope for at least setting the fastest lap and gaining on Boss Turbo. Trying to drive as smooth as possible for the last few corners to keep maximum speed. Turn 17 really can kill the speed if you go in too fast or even result in understeer and going off the black stuff you are supposed to drive on. 226 km per hour, only losing 2 km per hour should bring me a bit closer again. Bringing the gap back from 2 seconds to 1.4 right before the chicane. Since I am 1.3 seconds behind the Portuguese, I can profit from the slipstream now and on the straight coming up after Eau Rouge. This brings back the gap to 0.6 and finally being able to push. Unfortunately, I shift up to 4th gear by accident, losing some momentum. Next I mess up turn 8 and hit the curbs on the inside. Back to a 1 second gap with only half a lap to go. Focusing on the car in front makes me miss the apex and going wide in turn 10 to turn 11. Boss Turbo losing grip on the dirt and spinning towards to barricade. The mistake I have been waiting for. Slowly on the accelerator since my tires are also dirty, and I really do not want to slide straight into the gravel in turn 12. With more than 5 seconds in the lead, I take less risk and lower the speed slightly, steering towards a victory with only 30 seconds off track left. My second lap is still the fastest, and it is unlikely anybody will improve it in the last round. Stay put, more races to come at the Red Bull Ring in a Group 3 race. Welcome back in yet another daily race recap. We are in Spielberg, Austria at the Red Bull Ring track. Usually I drive the Porsche RSR in Group 3 races, but the gearbox does not match the track layout. The long first gear of the RSR combined with the sharp and camber turns 1 and 4 caused me to oversteer and spin in the qualifications. I was more successful with the Group 3 Mercedes AMG, but not good enough as the 12th starting position gives me a nearly 2-second disadvantage to the pole position. Top drivers worldwide tend to drive the Aston Martin Vantage. I have tried a couple of laps but kept spinning out just as with the RSR. I have had good results here in the past in Group 4 races, but for some reason I cannot have the same consistency in Group 3. I started with traction control set to 2, mainly for the first couple of corners in the beginning of the race to prevent getting spun out. The nice slipstream from the Corvette gives me enough speed to go for the inside in turn 3. Really trying not to hit any car because the penalty system has proven to be ruthless again. The British Corvette driver is really close and I hope he brakes in time with the extra speed from slipstreaming behind me and not sending me to the shadow realm. He manages to miss me and without losing too much time he gets tucked in behind me again. And just like that I'm in 5th place in just a couple of corners. During the course of the week this race seemed more of a survival game. If you stayed out of trouble in the first lap, you had a good chance of ending top 5. Going a bit wide between turn 9 and 10, surely the marshals won't ignore this and give me a half-second penalty. Three cars right behind me on the finish line, so I will go defensive on the inside. The Ford GT misses the braking point, keeping the line to force the Corvette to either go wide and risking a penalty or stay behind me. He got a penalty for hitting me, which is really messed up. My car never as much as twitched, so no penalty should have been given here. After the Corvette and myself are serving our penalties, some other car seemed to miss the braking point and hitting the Corvette. He then hits me, which causes me hitting the Spaniard in the AMG. Twice. Nice. Penalties being given as Christmas gifts all around. A 2-second and a 4-second penalty is more than enough for me to gain those 2 positions right in front, going for the 6th place in 3, 2, 1. In the next lap and a half I lose 6th place to a Vantage, and I cannot keep up because a couple of mistakes I make. In the final lap AM6 overtakes me because I mess up turn 1 again. I try to keep up this time, and hope he makes a tiny mistake to take back my precious 7th place. Bear 999 goes defensive but misses the braking point. He barely holds the M6 out of the gravel. Back to 7th with only half a lap to go. Rossi fence spins, or got pushed off. I could not see what happened in front. Do not care either because I gained another position with one corner to go. So that is that, from 12th position on the grid to 6th. Thanks for watching and even seeing it all the way through. Have any comments? Please leave them below.